Happy days, happy days. Friday evening, 16:40. We're out on that adventure that I was planning in the last video. We've just been dropped off at Okehampton. So I'll go through a gate. Close gates behind you, as always. So they started at Okehampton. You can see, oh, look at that, and the viaduct. How cool is that? We got to only, I think it's about 2.5 kilometres we've got to do now. Set camp up, sleep for the night, and then tomorrow the proper adventure begins. That there is the A30 going overhead, but we're now off into the woods. Now following the East Okehampton River, only a couple of kilometres tonight, but on the way to said camp spot, then we've got a couple of T.A.R.S to take in. They're on private land, so we can't actually go to them, but you know, we get as close as we possibly can, tick them off the list. Get some T.A.R.S bagged in already on Friday evening. Set up camp, get something to eat, and yeah, hope to have an enjoyable weekend. See the fence there, and literally in between those two trees, that is Ashbury Tor, and then over here we have Lower Ashbury Crags. Oh my God. Is this worth it? Is this worth it? Oh, honestly, as soon as you step out in the woods, just can't even describe it. Really cannot even start to describe the feeling. It's freedom. It's just, oh, it's just amazing. Just look at this. Oh, what more could you possibly want? This is just incredible. And yeah, this is more brook, so we've branched off of the East Okehampton. We're going to follow this up so they get to Howstock Cleeve Tor. Another one on private land. You can see East Okehampton down there. Private land again, that's like 3 in a row. They're bloody selfish buggers up here, aren't they? Keeping tours to themselves. A little bit disappointing that we can't go to it, but anyway, there it is, close we can get. Okay, so going to lose this light very, very soon. So you can't even see me at the moment. But up behind me, that peak there, that is Howstock Wood Tor. So sorry it's a bit dark, but that is West Cleeve Gorge. It's a shame it's dark, because it's actually really pretty impressive actually. There's some very, very fast flowing water there. Okay, so we've got the campsite. You cannot see a lot, I cannot see a lot. But I've literally probably got 10 minutes if I'm lucky of light, so no B-roll, no mucking around. We're gonna get the tent set up and then we'll report back. I'll tell you what, and this is it's absolutely honest. You give me the choice of having, you know, that £1 million a night suite in Dubai, overlooking the sea, and you know, fast cars and all that jazz, or come sit in the middle of the woods with a fire on Dartmoor. No brainer, absolute no brainer. This is just amazing. Honestly, I don't think you could experience so much peace as just sitting out on the moors by yourself, middle of the woods, a little fire going, had a nice hot meal, and it's only, what is it? It's 7:10, and I'll sit here, I'll wait for the fire to burn out, get into the tent, you know, good night's sleep, up in the morning, and just can't beat it. Honestly, I don't think there's any words that can actually put into perspective how amazing this is, just being out in nature, just chilling. It's just, it's undescribable, absolutely undescribable. Well, I'm here, obviously, thought I'd let you know a quick plan for the weekend. So, planned a route, got, I don't know, 40 plus T.A.R.S to do, T.A.R.S, tours and rocks of significance, in case you haven't seen my previous videos. So, yeah, so let the fire burn out, get some kit, and then up in the morning, set off probably, I don't know, about 8 o'clock or so, and yeah, crack on. So, right, I'm going to chill and lose myself in my own thoughts, because that's what it's all about, being out here. Right, off to bed. Right. All packed up, as you can see, leave no trace and all that. Literally you wouldn't know I was here, absolutely tidy, all rubbish taken with me, etc, etc. So over that bridge now, follow the River Oak up a bit, then onto the path. Alright, okay, so we've come up out of the valley. You can see the valley down in behind me there. That's where we camped last night. So up this hill, and then we are going to Scary Tor, which is that one, there, you can see, you know what I mean. We're just about across the Tarka Trail, which is a 180-mile figure-of-8 shape route, clips the top of Dartmoor and then goes up through North Devon, Mid Devon, etc. And it's a story, and I researched this offline, I can't quite get my head around it to be honest, but apparently some bloke who wrote the book, Henry Williamson, followed Tarka the otter around this trail. Now, I ain't no David Attenborough, but can you imagine an otter going across this? Nah, there's a river down the bottom, I need to just swim, but apparently that's the story. Anyway, right, Scary Tor, let's go. Up on top of Scary Tor, that's the valley down there, that's the woods where we stayed last night. We've just come up over the side and up through here. Spin you around, that valley, that there, that's the East Oakment still. In the background you can see Yes Tor High Willhays. Coming round, looking down south now, we're heading roughly over there somewhere. That's Winter Tor, which we'll be going to later. That's Higher Tor, Bowstone Tor, Bowstone Common Tor, all of which we will be going to. And over here somewhere is 9 Maidens Stone Circle. So we'll have a look at that, and we've got a little story as well. All right, let's get cracking over there. So just a thought, it's going through my head, so I thought I'd share it with you. See more and more, loads of people into this bloody weigh in their backpacks. No, yes, mine weighs 11 kilos, mine weighs 11.2. You know, at the end of the day, pack what you need. If it's in your pack, you need it, you got to carry it. It doesn't really matter what it weighs, does it? You know, obviously, as long as you're sensible with packing, here's what it is, so I don't generally tend to bother. But last night, I did, out of interest actually, before I left. And 21 kilos. Now, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but I don't think so. I think the conclusion I've come to is all these people, yeah, so I'm going for a 3-week expedition, my backpack weighs 7.8 kilograms. They're either liars, their scales are broke, or they get out there and they go, Jesus, I've forgotten half my kit. There's no way you can make it weigh that for a bloody week's expedition. Well, anyway, enough whinging. Let's get on to 9 Maidens. Okay, here we have 9 Maidens Stone Circle. You see that sun coming up behind Bowstone Common Tor now. And oh, this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. A little bit windy, but stunning, stunning, absolutely stunning. Right, let's get to 9 Maidens and tell a little story. That's cool, you can see someone's put flowers right in the middle here. A little story about 9 Maidens. Basically it's set called 9 Maidens, there's 26 stones, so some people say 9 maidens and 17 brothers. Whether that makes sense to you, I don't know, but anyway, basically it's supposed to be 9 maidens, 9 young girls, and they danced on the Sabbath, which is obviously the holy day, and were turned to stone. But there is some theory that Sabbath is the old word for a witches' gathering. Obviously very similar to Sabbath, and apparently it might have been confused over the years. So another theory is that they disturbed a witch's Sabbath or ceremony and they were turned stone for that reason. So anyway, pretty cool. Okay then, another T.A.R.S. This is Tor's End. Pretty insignificant scattering of boulders really. See 9 Maidens just there where we come from. We've paced it out, we're about right by grid reference, so we're going to call it. That's another T.A.R.S. of the day. Right, up over the back of there and down to the Warstone. Let's go. We've just come up. See, that's a faux brow there. That is savage steep behind that. Believe me, that wasn't a pleasant walk up. It was up from the Warstone. Right, we're now on Bowstone Common Tor. Before I show you around a bit, there's Tavi. You can see way out up to North Devon over there. And then we are next going there, which is Bowstone Tor. And then you can just see poking out there, that's Okie Tor. So we've got Winter Tor and a few in between, but we are going there. And then that one there, that is Steeperton Tor. That I'd done a few months ago and I'm not looking forward to because it is savagely steep to the bottom. But anyway, we'll get going. By the way, it's 9:25. I think that's what, 4 tyres done today. And we're 15 minutes ahead of route card. So happy days. Right, over to Bellstone. Okay, this is Bellstone Tour. Hope you can hear me. This wind is savage. See that one blowing around there. Yeah, Bellstone Tour is quite cool, quite long tour actually, stretched out. Next, we're going to Irishman's Wall and higher tour, and a little story about Irishman's Wall as well. So that is Irishman's Wall, that's higher tour behind, but we'll get some shelter and tell you about Irishman's Wall. A little story about Irishman's Wall. Basically, back in the day, you're allowed to wall off and claim some of its land for your livestock and farming. 2 Irish fellas got a bit greedy, started walling off a massive area including Bellstone Tor and a lot of the common. Locals heard about it, didn't like it, obviously it stopped some access to their land and that as well. So they come up and they knocked the wall down, the Irish fellas went and never to be seen again. So there you go, no story. Right, off winter tour, lower tour, winter tour, Okie tour, I think next. We'll confirm when we get there. Cheers. This is lower tour, just down from higher tour, and winter tour is next. Then we're going to walk along that ridge that you can see here. We've got Knack tour, Little Okie tour, and Okie tour. But just thought I'd show you this one, this lower tour. It's not actually marked on the OS maps, it's on that T.A.R.S list. Again, tours of Dartmoor, check out the website, really good. But I just love the shape of this tour. How cool is that? Just completely fragmented. But yeah, pretty smart. Winter tour, right, let's go up top, have a look. Up here on top of Winter tour. And believe me, with that wind, it certainly feels like winter. It's savage, that wind, real savage. This is T.A.R.S number 8 of the day and 13 of the trip so far, and we are only 5 to 10, so we're a bit ahead of route card as well. There's I don't know if you can make out behind me, but all those fields are full of cows. Well done, Mr. Farmer. You've actually figured out what your fields are for. Dartmoor isn't for keeping cows on, fields are for keeping cows in. So well done to that particular farmer. Rest of you, still not a big fan. Right, over to Knack tour now. Edge of the Okehampton firing range. You can see the line of posts that go all the way down through. And then on top of the hills, you've got marker posts with flags. Okehampton firing range, keep out when warning flags or lights are displayed on the high ground to your left. Danger, do not touch any military debris, it may explode and kill you. To the point, and probably worth listening to. At Okie tour, we've just come over Knack tour and Little Okie tour. You literally walk over the top of them on the path on the way here from winter tour. Didn't bother filming them, they're really insignificant. That's another 2, plus this one, 11 T.A.R.S today, 16 of the trip. When I leave Okie, I'll spin you around and show you properly. This is quite a nice tour, to be fair, Okie tour actually. The wind is savage. You know when it bites the side of your face, it's cold, and then you get a bit of rain with it as well. And it's like someone bloody chucking a handful of sand at you. Like yeah, it's not nice. Really misty in the direction that I'm going, down south over Steeperton. But I can see light behind it. I'm 20 minutes ahead of my route card, so I think I might stop here out the wind for 5 minutes, see if it is blowing over, and then we'll crack on anyway. All right, cheers for now. Okay, we're now at our next T.A.R.S, which is Knack. And I'll tell you, I did not expect this at all. It just looks like a rock from a distance. Closer you get, you can blatantly see that it's obviously been man-built. And then This just gets better and better. This is amazing. This is like my favourite find ever, I think. Look at that. How absolutely amazingly cool is that? Little steps up. See, oh, that would be welcome in some bad weather, wouldn't it? That there, I believe, is a comms connection point, obviously for the military. But you can see these bars here, they rotate. That's obviously intentional, like maybe some kind of pulley thing or something. I mean, it's pretty short. The roof, you can see the rebars all exposed, but you know, that's amazing. Really, really happy with that find. Right, now we're going up there. That is a beast of a hill. I've done it a few months ago, and the bottom bit is pretty much scrambling rather than bloody hill walking. So we're going to dip down into that valley and then bang, straight up there. Right, I was whinging about it being a bit windy and cold earlier. I think I'm going to soon warm up now. Right, let's get on with it. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me. Just walked past a couple of little peat cuts, which I will show you. There's plenty, so we'll come across some more if not. But yeah, just thought peat is something that's not used like that nowadays, but back in the day it was so important. Apparently on Dartmoor there's 120 square kilometres of peat bog. In the 18th century it was pretty big. They were called colliers, so it was a job to go and cut peat. And yeah, I mean, it's basically all it is dead vegetable matter, not vegetables as in peas and carrots, like vegetation. And it's decomposed, compressed over the years. Really good fuel. And also on Dartmoor, there ain't a lot of trees, so you know it's ideal. And they say, don't they, nature gives. So when you first went up here, and they was like, well, there's nothing to burn, there's no wood, but nature has provided once again. Right, onwards to Steeperton. Just come down that, which is pretty steep. Just hopped across these stones here. Now, well, I don't know if the camera does it justice, but that's it's not far off vertical. Right, let's get up there. Oh my God. Two things. One, Steeperton Tor lives up to its name. That is steep. Real fire burner, that one. But we're up here now. There's a little military hut up on top. I'm literally blank from a wind. You can see it blowing my jacket around. Out there is something else. So see if we can show you. Oh, that is savage. Right, I think I'm gonna take 5 here in this kind of bit of shelter that we got. Hopefully that wind dies down, because next we're going way out, just right across open land, and that wind carries on. That's something else. Right, 5-minute rest. So while we're up here hiding away from the wind as best we can, thought I'd show you, look at that, the way that light is hitting those hills. That is, oh, lovely. Not poking my head around a corner, I'll probably get blown off. There is Okehampton. Up on top you've got the higher tours and Bellstone. And we come from down over the other side of that in the valley. That's where we camped last night. So yeah, we've done a few miles today. I think this is number 13 on the T.A.R.S today. Really keen to get to the next spot, which is Chimney Rocks, and it's down in that valley somewhere, because that is lunchtime. I'll tell you what, if you like wild Dartmoor, like if you're a selfish walker, I'm a selfish walker. I don't like seeing other people. I like to have them all to myself ideally, but here, this area in between Steeperton Tor and Wildtour, this area I'd say is about as remote as you're going to get, as far away from anything. I'll spin you around and show you that literally you can't see anyone, no roads, no houses, nothing at all. It's lovely. absolute nothing and no one. 360 degrees around, living the dream. Oh, how much better would this world be without people, eh? Well, except for me, obviously. Right, Chimney Bow Rocks. We've just crossed where those big boulders are there. Bit of a pain getting to it. There's a lot of horrible, boggy, rough ground on the other side, but so we are going to chill here for 10-15. Boil in the bag, Lancaster hot pot is on the go, so very much looking forward to that because I am starving. And then we're off up over there to Wildtour next. Sorry, Wildtour next, then Wildtour. Right, let's get this food on the go. Not a bad spot to have some lunch, eh? Shame about the wind, it's a little bit chilly. Probably hang around here a bit longer. Just chill and enjoy it if you want, but you can see so that big one right in the distance, that's Cosden Beacon. And then just kind of see the top of it here, that's Hound Tor. And then that other one over here, that's Little Hound Tor. But yeah, this beautiful spot right next to the river. Jet boil's nearly done, so happy days, eh? Tell you what, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Lancashire hot pot army ration pack. Can't beat it. And the brew there, all ready to go, so hot food and hot drink, happy days, eh? Wildtour. And you can see where this one gets its name. It is pretty wild, it's bleak. There's nothing out here at all. This is Wildtour Clitter. That one up in the distance, that's Wildtour and Thurstone Rock, which is where we want to go next. Last time I was here, I tried to cut across that ridge there and go directly over from Wildtour. That ground was just awful, it's horrendous. I ended up doing my ankle pretty bad and had to bin the walk off, so dropped down a bit lower this time and think I can see some kind of semblance of a path going over, so I'm going to check that out and hopefully actually get up there today. Because yeah, when we do get there, Wildtour is so cool, the shape of it, honestly it's pretty impressive. So we made it up the hill. That was not too bad, bit of a slog, but not horrendous. You can see there's a Wildtour Clitter where we just come through, and up on top Wildtour. So we just come up here and we have the Thrillstone, which is pretty damn cool. I was reading up about this a while ago. You see all those different layers. Basically, this is obviously igneous rock, and when it was formed, that's it cooling, and then another layer kind of melting over the top. Right, over to Wildtour. I don't know if you can make it out, but there's a couple of deers there. That's pretty smart. Yeah, so apologies, my phone died, but we've just done Watton Down Tour and Hawthorne Clitter. Neither of them particularly spectacular, so you didn't really miss much. We're now on the way to find Magna Rock. So yeah, let's see if we can find that. Only a few more stops, a couple hours, and we'll be camping up for the night. Nice hair. Yeah, it's still bloody windy. Magna Rock. Looks like any other rock on Dartmoor, so why should it be listed? Well, if you can make out, there's letters carved into it. I think it's GP, but it's part of the old boundary line, or an old boundary line anyway. So there you go, another T.A.R.S off the list today. So back in baby's head territory, happy days. I absolutely hate this stuff. It's just awful to walk on. Like I said last time, bloody done my ankle. But you can see a waterfall there. That's our next point, and then that big woodland in the back, that is Fern Tor Forest. We've got another T.A.R.S to visit in the forest, and then we're staying over the other side of the forest, so not too much further. Right, I'm going to start trying to pick my way through this very slowly, very carefully. Right, so we've just come across, contoured the side of that hill. That was just awful, awful. Either babies' heads, like proper bad ones, or bog. If I didn't have the walking post, I'd have been down up to my waist several times. If not, I've done an ankle or a leg or something. It's awful. The North Tean River, but yeah, pretty nice. We're still not finished with this bad ground. You can still see we've got to navigate around this now. That's a sheer drop off just there. And look, hounds on a hunt. How cool is that? Obviously they're not hunting real foxes anymore, they got banned, but pretty cool. Just a little note about why you should always check the map and check again. I've just got to this river, it's the North Tean. I need to get into those woods, Fern Tor Forest. And I was looking, obviously it's not too bad, there's enough stones out to get across, but they look slippy, the water looks cold and pretty deep. So I thought I'd check them up again, and a couple hundred metres up there's a footbridge. So let's do that instead of jumping on slippery rocks. Yes, good idea, mate, we're going for that option. And that's a little bonus. We found that bridge, expecting something pretty rubbish. And look, it's a proper old clapper bridge. Ain't that stunning? Yeah, little result. Right, you've probably guessed, but we are in the woods. Yes, we're in Fern Tor Forest, on a path now. This one, it's maybe just over a kilometre and a half something. Take us to Fern Tor Reservoir. We're then going to branch, we'll probably walk around the road just a little bit that perimeters the reservoir. Find another path, which I've been up before, so I know exactly where that is. And that path takes us straight to the campsite. There was supposed to be another T.A.R.S just off, but I think I'll just pick that one up in the morning. I wouldn't mind trying to get the camp and getting set up in the daylight. It was dark last night. It's not the end of the world, it's just a bit of a pain. It's nice to get it all ready. So when dark comes, you're sorted. Look at all that. And the size of it as well. So I don't like obviously trees being cut down, but this is a plantation, this is what it's for. Not just cutting down like lovely old oaks or anything, but stacks and stacks and stacks. And that goes on and on and on down there. Oh, what I'd do to get my hands on some of that. So just in there behind me, there's a Neolithic stone circle, which is really cool. I won't bother going to see it now or talk about it, because a couple of months ago I did actually do a video. I come for a walk around Fern Tor and that's mentioned in there. Stopped down and had a cup of tea until I started raining and dodged in the woods. But yeah, if you go, just click on my channel, or I think if you go down below or something, you'll see it's called Ditsworthy. Fern Tor. The video. So yeah, check it out, have a look. Road walking. Hate road walking, but it's not far. It's less than a mile on the road now, and then we'll be darting back off into a woodland path. And once we get onto that path, which is not far, it's up around the corner, we've got about 1.6, 1.7 kilometres on that path, and then bing, your destination is on your right. You have arrived. Looking forward to that. Get set up. Oh, here we are. This is going to be home sweet home for the night. You see why this one's stuck in the memory, don't you? This will make a beautiful little campsite. So, tent's obviously going over there. Let's get that set up and get some firewood, get something to eat, get ready for the night. Oh, happy days.